Hello YTPC, Northeast Pipe UK here, drinking some coffee, and I'm still smoking the Church Warden with some of the Lord of the Rings Bag End blend that I put together last year, and I have to say it's not far off the end of the bowl and it's been a really nice smoke. Had a bit of a gurgle but run a cleaner through and it went fine. As you'll have guessed from the title, this is a VR to Beans 316, who is doing a Christmas giveaway. And you have asked sort of what's our favourite Christmas memory, gift, etc. I think one of my favourite Christmas memories was it was the first time I'd spent Christmas in Scotland, and then I was staying at my then girlfriend's dad's house, and it was the first time I'd met her father, and I was sort of sleeping in the living room, and I remember waking up Christmas morning and I was absolutely frozen. It was really, really cold. And I got up and sort of went to put the kettle on and just looked outside, and it had been snowing all night, and it was just like a winter wonderland. And it was just amazing. I thought, it's my first Christmas up here. It was the first time meeting her dad, and to just have that happen, it was just absolutely magical. The downside was I was supposed to come back home on the Boxing Day, but the weather was so bad up there we ended up not getting back down here till well after the new year. So, but then I wasn't complaining because, like I say, it was just absolutely fantastic. So that is sort of a favourite Christmas memory. The other thing I used to like to do at Christmas as well when I was younger was that I used to watch my mum and dad sort of taking stuff downstairs when I was laid in bed, pretending to be asleep. And I used to wait till they went to bed, and then when I sort of heard my dad's gentle snoring, I would creep out, and I had every creak in the stairs worked out so I could sneak down. But the great thing about my dad, the one thing that I always loved about Christmas was that they never used to wrap the presents up for us. If there was, because obviously I was really heavily into Action Man, which was our version of your guys in the States, G.I. Joe. So I used to always get loads of Star Wars stuff and loads of Action Man accessories and what have you. But my dad used to sort of set them up in poses, and they were literally just ready to play with when I went down, and I just absolutely loved that. So I would be down there at sort of 2, 3 o'clock in the morning playing with me presents, and then I remember he used to just climb onto the couch and get under me mum. Used to have this big, huge, heavy winter coat, and I would just sort of curl up under that. But the great thing is, back then we still had the coal fossil fuel fires, and I used to just bank that up, chuck some coal on, and it was just absolute heaven. So I think that probably would go as one of my favourite Christmas gifts. I used to love getting sort of me Action Man stuff, and a Millennium Falcon or X-Wing fighter or whatever. Favourite movie? I still love the old Alistair Sim Christmas Carol. Love it, and I really like the Jim Carrey one that they did, which I can't believe it's 10 years ago now that came out. And me and Karen always watch that religiously every year, and we usually either watch it Christmas Eve, or I might have it on in the background when I'm doing Christmas dinner the next day. That, or one of my favourite James Bond movies, which technically is a Christmas film, which is On Her Majesty's Secret Service. I usually might have that playing on in the background while I'm messing around peeling sprouts and chopping tatties. I mean, my parents used to make such a really big thing of Christmas. I think really because I never used to really get a lot. I mean, it's not like kids nowadays where you know, they have hundreds spent on them every week on games and God knows what, mobile phones, what have you. You know, so really when, you know, when I was a kid, you really only sort of got something when it was either your birthday or sort of Christmas time. So the great thing about my parents was they did make such a real big thing of it, and you know, it used to really be a hell of a time. And that's something that I've sort of carried on, even though I've not had children of my own. I mean, Karen is just as bad as me. She absolutely adores Christmas, and you know, I sort of caught up with her yesterday, and we were getting sort of like Christmas cards and Christmas wrapping paper. We've made a start on presents for each other, and you know, we're starting to get a little bit excited about it. So yeah, we just love it. I think if Karen had her way, she'd have the Christmas tree up now, but no, not yet. Something you didn't mention, but I thought I would mention anyway. I think a favourite Christmas song has got to be "Driving Home for Christmas" by Chris Rea. Again, when I was living in Scotland, I remember coming down here a few days before Christmas to drop presents off for the family, and I was driving back up on the early hours of Christmas Eve, and as I was driving through Jedburgh, we'd had that, you know, when you get that instant freeze rain where as soon as it hits an item, it just instantly freezes to it. And I remember driving through Jedburgh and all the trees were just covered in ice. The branches were hanging down, and Chris Rea's song "Driving Home for Christmas" came on the radio, and I just thought to myself, you know, how apt to play that now when I'm actually driving home for Christmas. And again, another fantastic memory. There's just so many, and it's so hard to pin down. But yeah, there's a few of mine. And good luck with the gore. Love the channel, and keep saying look at it. Don't stop doing that. Cracks us up every time. And I hope no matter where you are, that you make the best of you can over the holidays and just enjoy yourselves. That's what it's all about. Hope you get some new pipes and new tobacco. And I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.